Welcome back to Evolving Butterfly Goddess with me, Doctress Nicole. Here we are all about evolving out loud in our life, our money, and our purpose through the energy of our ancestors. I want to thank you for your likes, your comments, your shares, and your subscribes here on the channel. It is always appreciated. And a major shout out to all the members in the Butterfly Effect School of Transformation. If you are interested in any of the memberships, any of my books, any of that jazz, the links will be down below in the description box, and I'll make sure to put a pinned comment as well, okay? But this energy, I've had so many different channel messages come through, but this is the one that is the strongest. And what I heard was, how does it feel to be the one that was counted out? They counted you out because they thought you were the weak duckling. So very similar to, how some animals, when they sense like one of their babies are weak or they feel like they may not make it, they eat them. Okay, that's what they do in the wild. That's what they do in nature. They get rid of the ones who they deem as being the weak link. That's what you had people do to you. But what you need to understand is that they were defining weakness according to what they saw as being a strength, not realizing that what they saw as being a strength was just a part of them being in survival mode. So they tried to discredit you, end you, shut you down, take away opportunities based off of outdated information that had nothing to do with you. Had nothing to do with you. They counted you out. Similar to with David and Goliath, I'm looking at this flame channeling from this flame too, y'all. So if y'all see me looking down or whatever. But think about the story of David Goliath. He had his sling and he had, 5 stones? 5 is the number of grace. It's the number of flexibility. It's the number of change. It's also the number that connects to Mercury, which is about the mind, our communication, our perception. Very changeable, very malleable. He was facing a giant, and that giant was very confident. That giant was very confident in winning. Okay? Because they were just looking at the size. Remember, when we think about survival, or just when I was talking about with the animals, for example, how they off their, their young who they feel like may not make it, right? Who they feel like are weak. They go by the eyes. A lot of people are not attuned to the spirits. And David had spirit. And David was very smart. That Mercury energy with 5 stones being able to take out your opponent when everyone else counted you out. Everyone else counted you out from winning this battle against this giant. Not realizing that the giant's pride was exactly what was going to bring him to his demise. You see, you've been very humble. And in you being humble, it's like your humility is that you've been reflective. You've sat with yourself. You've been like, what am I doing wrong? What do I need to look at? You've sat and looked at yourself to see what role you played in situations. No one else around you did that. They didn't do that. At least who is being talked about in this message, they didn't do that. They didn't sit with themselves and say, hey, maybe I, did X, Y, and Z, or maybe I, was da 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 da. Maybe I was, because they never saw themselves as the problem. They were the strong link. You were the weak link. But now the wink link, weak, wink, 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 wink. It's like, okay, the weak link that they once identified has now become the strong link. Has now become the one with the power, the knowledge, the energy. You see, you were forced to learn resilience and persistence. And as they now are starting to wear out, you're just getting started. It's like you got through all your lower karma earlier. And the people who would look like they were winning and they were doing X, Y, and Z, their karma comes in the second half of life. You went through the hardest parts. That's what you need to know. That was the training. That was the mental training, the emotional training, the physical training, the discipline. You went through the difficult. The most difficult is out of the way. It's out of the way. You've done the hard part. You've done it. You've done it. And now you can sit with the journey. So, how does it feel to be the one that was counted out? Who was seen as not being good enough? Who was seen as lacking of some sort? To now realize you didn't fit in because your soul was never meant to be in that sense of survivalhood. You're meant to see your abundance in all things because that keeps you aligned, it keeps you protected, it keeps you cared for. It keeps you cared for, it kept you in line. You never will go hungry when you're aligned. Whether you will be in spaces where people give you things, it makes me think of even like as a child, before moving with my dad, and when we were going through like our financial things or whatnot, um, a soup kitchen appeared when we needed it. When I was in college, undergrad, my grandmother, every time I would go to her house, it was like I was grocery shopping. You know, she'll send me gifts monthly. I got an allowance for being in college. It was like those moments, it kept me going at a time where I was at my most stressed ever. I was sharing this with a friend and I was like, I attempted in college. You know, a lot of people don't know I have a semicolon tattoo. So for me, that's why I take mental health and your peace and your balance so serious, because I know what it means to feel so out of it that where it's just like, I don't want to be here anymore. You feel caged in. But that's only when we're in the spaces where we're not wanted. When we're in those spaces that we're not wanted, we're not loved properly, we're not nurtured. But now, and that's one of the good things with the internet, is that the internet has helped other people connect with others in a way that prior to this it wasn't possible, which then left a lot of people feeling like, you know, things were really wrong with them in a lot of ways because no one around them understood them and what they were feeling and what they were going through. And our environment can affect us. It can affect our mood, it can affect our energy, it can affect our emotional health, our mental health, our physical health. We see that now with the environmental racism that's going on and everything else, right? This energy is that I'm hearing that 50 Cent hated 11th, the underdogs on top, and I'm gonna shine, homie, until my heart stop. What? I'm from MVP. I can't remember that part, but the thing is that we're shifting into a timeline where the underdogs are on top. The underdogs are shifting to the top. You know, we see celebrity culture is starting to fall apart. We're seeing a lot of people are seeing through the fakeness, the confusion, the all that other jazz of what's out there. Okay. We're literally seeing a separation of worlds right now. We're seeing celebrities become streamers. The same people who talked about streamers. And I don't know if a lot of you all who've been here for a while, I did a video almost 2 years ago, actually. I think it's about 2 years ago, and I predicted this. I predicted that celebrities were going to be falling out of Hollywood through a lot of things, and that they were going to be getting into the same things that what they call influencers, right? Even with that, influencing is looking different. We're shifting into a new generation and new timeline. So the same way that newspapers shifted from being just physical to having a digital archive, we are going through that same thing right now. We're going through that same thing. We're going through a spiritual and energetic shift. We can't approach the world how we used to approach it, because how we used to approach it was aligned with how the world was. But we're shifting into something different and new now. Pay really close attention to what gives you the most attention. Pay close attention to what gives you the most attention right now. And that is a major clue into part of your assignment this season, because you're not going to have to beg for it. You're not going to have to go out and seek for it. It's going to come to you naturally. And that's the divine and spirit guiding you in flow, especially if you've had multiple ideas or multiple things that you want to talk about or do, whatever the case is, especially that. Pay attention to what gets the most attention. So, how does it feel to know that you're now shifting to on top? Some of you all are going to be getting promoted to leadership positions. You're going to start your own aspect, for position. Oh my gosh. Like, this season, you're really about to see your leadership skills come in, is what I'm getting. Your leadership skills are really going to show themselves. All the things that you've been working on, all the things that you've been building, all the things that you've been incorporating, all the things that you've been shifting, all the things that you've been learning, all the things you've been doing, all the things you've been eating, all the things you've been seeing, hey, all the things you've been singing. Hey. Everything is aligned, baby. Everything. Everything is aligned. It's aligned within divine energy. Trust it. Everything that's shifting, the ideas that's been coming to you, the changes that have been coming to you, everything has been coming to you for a reason. It's been coming to you for a reason. Embrace it. Embrace the shift. Embrace the change. Embrace it. You don't have to look at life as if you're seeking permission anymore. You are the permission. And the thing is you stepping into your power is going to have some people a little, razzle dazzled. They're going to be a little like, whoa there. Okay. Whoa there. What's going on? Okay. So I need you to know that too. Because they didn't expect that. They didn't expect it from you. Remember, you were the one, oh, look at the duck flying. You were the one who wasn't supposed to survive. You were the one who wasn't supposed to keep going. You were the one who was not supposed to make it to where you are. And look at you now. You're further than most of the people who doubted you. 555. Realizing that the ones who were doubting you and judging you, it's because that was their life and their reality. Their way was not the right way. Not for you. And in a lot of ways, if you look at it, it probably wasn't for them either. But, some people were made to be haters. Some people were created to be a hater. That's their programming. Okay. But that way was never your way. And in a way, it got in your way. But now, as things are shifting, as things are changing, as things are realigning, it's like it's time for you to take your rightful place on your throne. It's time to take your rightful place on your throne. You've gotten your crown back. You've put your crown on. Now it's time to sit on your throne. Are you ready? Are you ready? Because sitting on your throne means how you address and connect to different things and people is going to be different now. It's going to be shifted. Nothing is the same. Nothing is going to be the same. Everything is different now. It's a whole new world. You're literally in a whole new world, a whole new frequency, a whole new reality. The people you used to hate, for a lot of you all, it's shifting to feel bad for them. You no longer hate them. You now feel bad for them. You see them for who they truly are, what they truly stood for this entire time. And as you come to, reality of that, it's like certain things are no longer even attractive anymore. Certain things are not even attractive anymore. And that's okay. That's okay. But what you need to know is that those same people who counted you out, they see your power now. They see your magic now. They see your value now. And the thing is that they know they can't afford your energy, so they have to watch on the outside. But you can bet your bottom dollar that they're thinking about it quite often on how they treated you. They're thinking quite often about the things that they said to you, the things they did to you. Because you didn't match their group or their family or whatever it is. But you made it out. And I need you to see that. That's one of the first steps, because many will be like, oh, well, but my life is like, remember, it has nothing to do with appearance. It's about your inside. It is about your confidence. It is about your process. It's about you being able to find peace and joy no matter what situation you're in. It's about the fact that you still smile at babies, even if you are having a horrible day. You still give compliments to people, even if on the inside you are just like, if you see something, ooh, excuse me, you have no problem giving people their flowers, even if you are going through your own thing. And that's what separates you. That's what makes you different. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. Hey. That's what makes you different. You don't use your energy, your bad energy, to put it on someone else, to make it their problem. Okay? You take responsibility for your stuff. Do you hear me right now? Because I really need you to hear this. Because many people like to judge their materialism for true wealth sometimes. The wealth starts on the inside. Remember, we're building things that what you have, you're going to have peace with it. You're not going to be stressed out watching behind your back with it. You're going to have peace with it. And when you're building something 2121 through peace, you move different. The whole thing moves different. Even in the uncertain moments. In those uncertain moments, that's the time when you need to lean into your passions. In those uncertain moments, that's when you need to lean into your passions. Because your passions and your purpose, it's what's going to keep you afloat. 2222 is what's going to keep you going, is what's going to keep you connected. And you deserve that. You deserve that. You know, a lot of times the life that brings us what we seek the most doesn't look like what we may have thought it would look like at first. But when you get it, you realize why it is what it is. This energy, you're good. You're in alignment. You're getting everything that is due to you. You need to trust that. You need to know it. You need to trust and know it. Even in the times where it may feel a little confusing. You know what I'm saying? You're good. I'm sitting here looking at my purple plants. So my porch, of course, decoration is purple and green. So I have like my purple and green plants and stuff. And I'm looking at my purple passion. It started sprouting a new leaf today. And y'all remember, I think it was yesterday or the day before where I broke the leaf off. I broke the whole stem off on accident. And now a new one is coming through. Just that quick, you know. So a lot of times the things that we lose, it's not always a loss, you know. It's not always a loss. Sometimes it's just making room for something new and improved and um, an evolved version you know, a version that aligns with another part of self. And so that's the message. That's it. That's all. I got to get ready. We have Cash App personal readings in the membership area. So I have an hour to get done with that. Well, to get ready for that. So I'm about to woo side out. Make sure y'all check out the links and things down below. I have a few things that's coming for you, but y'all, I have been taking it slower lately. My body, I've been taking it slower lately. So some things are taking a little bit longer to get done. But I need to do that for my energy so that I can stay in my healthiest energy, my healthiest timeline. So thank you for being patient and understanding for that. If you're interested in personal readings, check out the links down below for that. Um, we will be having another ancestor message coming in the membership area soon. I got notes for that, child. It's just more so of sitting down. Um, but I thank you all for being here. Check out the links and things down below, like I said. And as always, always be real, always be true. Don't be afraid to do it your higher self. Oh, yeah. So no one got the answer to the question on the location, but I will say, Destiny, your response was the closest. Your response was the closest. So go back a few videos if you want some clues, if you're still interested in entering the contest for the free workshop course that I was giving to the winner on the location. But Destiny's response was the closest. So check that out. But I thank y'all for being here. I'm about to vibe it out, eat the rest of my salad, and yeah, I thank y'all for being here. Bye.